everyone, and welcome to what I am just gonna call Harry Potter month on this channel, because I've realized how little I've talked about Harry Potter, and that is an issue that needs to be resolved quickly. So to kick off this month, I'm going to be copying my friend Katrina Ames, who did the 20 things I learned from Harry Potter characters video. I'm not gonna call it a tag because basically I saw her video and I just told her I am copying this, so you should watch her video too. I'll link it at the end and in the description. You belong, even if the people around you don't look like you or don't understand where you come from or how to pronounce your name. You belong, and I learned that from Parvati and Padma Patil. You will find your people. It may take a while, and they may not understand all of you, but they will love you and respect you. And I learned that from my favorite character, Luna Lovegood. The people that you love are worth fighting for, even if they don't quite believe it themselves. And I learned that from Tonks in the most underrated romance of Harry Potter. I love me some Tonks and Lupin. I understand the Wolfstar people, and I'm totally for that, but canon Tonks and Lupin is so good. Speaking of which, sometimes the best thing you can do is be kind in any situation, and also share some chocolate, because chocolate. And I learned that from my favorite Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, Remus Lupin. You can choose your family, and sometimes your family may surprise you in the best way, and I learned that from Sirius Black and his brother Regulus, Arcturus Black. Because in the end, Regulus was good and he did the right thing, and that surprised everyone, and I'm sure it especially surprised Sirius up there in heaven where they both are. Because I think heaven is the thing in the Harry Potter universe. Maybe? Who knows? Laughter is severely underrated, and I learned that from Fred and George. You do not have to be the victim of your circumstances. You can break out of them. And I learned that from Dobby, who did everything in his power to break out of his circumstances, and then when people realized what he was trying to do, they helped him. Give people the benefit of the doubt, unless they've already crossed you. And I learned that from Minerva McGonagall, who gives all of her students the benefit of the doubt and treats them all fairly, and is wary of people like Dolores Umbridge, who tried to imprison a 15-year-old. Who you were doesn't have to determine who you are. I learned that from Draco Malfoy, who really had to learn that lesson the hard way. Sometimes your brain doesn't work in the ways that you want it to. That doesn't make you any less talented or any less worthy. I learned that from Neville Longbottom. Life is complicated and hard to overcome. Sometimes it's impossible, but you have to try. And I learned that from Severus Snape, who didn't do that and faced the consequences for it eventually. Sometimes you're the only person who understands what you've gone through. That doesn't make it any less real. And I learned that from Ginny Weasley, who in the 6th book had to remind everyone that in her first year at Hogwarts, she was possessed by an evil piece of Voldemort. It doesn't make it any less real. Ooh, this is my favorite. Sometimes you just have to call a bitch a bitch. And I learned that from Molly Weasley. Still one of the greatest moments ever. She was protecting her daughter and facing this enemy that she has seen for years and years. Someone who was a part of a movement that killed her brothers, killed her son, killed so many people around her. And sometimes you just gotta call it like it is. You don't have to be the most powerful or the most important person in the world to have a voice that matters. And I learned that from Lee Jordan and his work on Potterwatch, which, I love Lee Jordan so much. Even if it feels like it's too late, you can still apologize. Or just tell them you don't consider them to be a waste of space. I learned that from Dudley Dursley, who did not get enough of a redemption arc, in my opinion. Not all people in power are inherently good or inherently evil, but in time they will reveal to you who they really are. And I learned that from Cornelius Fudge. And whew, it is applicable. It is so applicable. Don't judge appearances, judge actions, and err on the side of welcoming. I learned that from Rubeus Hagrid, who was so welcoming to everyone around him, even if not everyone around him was as welcoming to him. You will make mistakes and think you are absolutely right until you take a step back. That's okay as long as you apologize. I learned that from Ron Weasley, who had to do his fair share of apologizing, especially in the 7th book. Although he is, again, so much better in the book than he is in the movie. So much better. He deserves Hermione in the books. He does not in the movies. I have opinions about this. I have opinions about Harry Potter. Why do you think I'm doing a whole month on this? It's not your smarts or your skills that makes you special. It's the choices and the people you surround yourself with. And I learned that from Hermione Granger, who chose to surround herself with a couple of good people. And despite being extremely talented, really what defined her was her good decisions. Even if the weight of the world is on your shoulders, there will always be people around to help you carry it. And I learned that from Harry Potter, who thought that he would be alone all of his life from a very young age. But slowly he found a family. He found people to help him carry the weight of the world and fight the darkness within him and outside of him. And gosh, I just love Harry Potter so much. And I love all of these characters, except Fudge. Fudge is kind of the worst. Is there anyone else I don't like in this? I mean, I don't like Snape. But I mean, he's an interesting character. Fudge is just God. Fudge is basically Trump. Can I say that on this channel? I'm saying it on this channel. Okay, I have to run. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little beginning of a very Potter month in celebration of the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter first coming out, and in celebration of Harry Potter itself, because it's been a minute since I've talked about Harry Potter on this channel. So, I have a lot of videos planned, but if you have any ideas or anything you want to hear from me about Harry Potter based on this video or past videos, let me know in the description. Again, check out Katrina's video because it is wonderful, and I learned so much just from her video about, like, the way she read Harry Potter versus the way I read Harry Potter, and also, like, different perspectives are always cool. So, that is it for this video. I'm done for now, and I will see you guys next time with a new one. Bye! Hey everyone, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see a bonus Harry Potter video that will never be public because it's slightly out of focus, you can do so by donating as little as $1 to my Patreon. Enjoy!